Good evening. Thank you all for joining me in the session. Good evening. Thank you all for joining in on time. We will start our session exactly at 4 till all of you join. So I request you all to please tell your friends, people whom you know to kindly join quickly. We have our guest also over here. So in the interest of time, please make sure that all of you join the session on time. Thank you.
चलो मैं बंद कर रहा हूँ वीडियो। तुम अपनी तरफ से वीडियो बंद करो, ऑडियो बन जाएगी फिर ये।
Uh, Starting this session in just few minutes. We are waiting for some of you to also join here. Thank you all for those who have joined on time. We really appreciate that. We will just wait for a few more minutes so that we have more participants coming and they don't miss it. That's why. Thank you. All right, welcome all once again to the session. Uh, we will not wait much further than this, and we will go on with the content. So, I hope that these sessions that you are having through masterclass, that you had on data visualization masterclass that you have about placement assistance, I hope that these master classes are something that's useful to you and you're gaining knowledge out of it, and you will be then practically implementing the same in your life to gain the opportunities out of that. All right, so today, welcome to the masterclass 2 on placement assistance. I hope that you guys are already working on the learning plan because the deadline is very near, and you guys are also working on the assignments. So, about today's session, we have a very, very important speaker over here, Meenal. She is, she is a consultant. She has an organization, a company of her own. She is a HRM ADP from XLRI Jamshedpur. She has masters from MNIT Jaipur and a BSc in mathematics. Her master's is in management studies. She's a director of iConsult Business Solution Private Limited, and she has an experience of over 20 years in this industry and has been working in the field of talent acquisition, talent management, capacity building, organization development, and aligning these with the technology and innovation. She has also received the prestigious Indian Achievers Award 2023 by the Honorable Minister Shri Anurag Thakur at an event at Vidya Bhavan, New Delhi. Um, and for her work in the field of HR. She's an expert speaker with IIM Ahmedabad. She's been featured in various business magazines, including Business Today, as India's most powerful woman in business, and Outlook India as Women Redefining Leadership. She established her company, I Consult India, in 2011 and eventually transitioned to private limited company very recently in 2023. She's been providing support to organizations at any and every stage of their HR evolution with tools and methodologies that has guaranteed results. Her company's focus is on helping organizations achieve the capacity and capability needing to address talent strategies while enhancing overall efficiency, effectiveness, and employee experience. As far as I know, Meenal, I've also seen her taking a lot of sessions for students and is a philanthropist herself. So it's an honor to have her here at the IBM SkillsBuild winter internship over for placement assistance. I will just give the floor to you, Meenal, to further sessions to continue. Thank you so much.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Sri Lakshmi, for giving me this opportunity to speak with the young minds today. This has always been a wonderful opportunity that I always find because these are the future of India, and these people are the one who are going to lead the industries henceforth. So it's always a privilege for me to interact with such students across. Um, so hi everyone. Thank you again, Shri, and I'm Meenal Goswami, and I'm a human resource consultant, wherein we work towards with various organizations towards their consulting field and how candidates should be looking, how the employers should be behaving in the organizations and everything. If I talk about till date, I would have taken myself more than thousands of interviews of candidates. And there are certain perspectives that I have come up with after meeting those young minds that there are few, I would rather say, areas of improvement. Please, you want me to continue in Shri, you want me to continue in Hindi or in English? This Zoom is asking me a question for this.
You can continue in English. You can use Hindi also sometimes that we need.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry. So I was just talking that there are certain perspectives that I would like to add in specifically for the freshers that are there today over here looking out for job opportunities. And when I talk about freshers, it does not mean somebody who is just entering the corporate world. Anybody with an experience of 0 to 2 years is something that we treat as freshers. So if you are in the range of 0 to 2 years and you are coming up in the market by improving your skills, learning new things, and then exploring the market and exploring new opportunities, then let's discuss few points which might help you to next time face an interview better and be prepared while you are just there sitting across the table, meeting your prospective employers. So I will start with few points. Let me put my presentation over here. So I hope this PPT is visible. And we can use the chat box over here. I hope everybody can see the chat box. If you have got anything over here, you can definitely mention it in the chat box. That would be a direct message, and we can communicate on the same. Thank you, Praveen. Thank you, Vaishnavi. Thank you, Kushal. Yep. So let me start with this. Now, when we talk about facing that interview, when you are there in the cabin, when you're there across the table, the first important thing for you to keep in mind is the first 5 minutes. So there are a lot of studies, and a lot of studies leave apart the studies. That's a lot of experience, I would say, when we talk about it, that the first 5 minutes are the most crucial minutes of your interview, when an interviewer is almost prepared that either they want to hire you or they don't want to hire you. And the rest of the time, they are just trying to confirm their decision of how your impression of the first 5 minutes was. So the first 5 minutes is you have to use it to the fullest. When you are entering that meeting room, when you're entering that interview room, be full of energy. Just don't, yes, sir, may I come in, please? Don't give that. Just be full of your energy. Just be like, hi, sir, may I please come in? Move inside, have that smile on your face, have that gestures or your body gestures, how you are talking, how you're moving in the meeting room, how you are sitting there. Everything counts. Everything is included in the first 5 minutes. So be ready with that. When you are entering that meeting room, you should have a smile on your face. Move in, show your gestures, greet the people who are sitting there. Good morning, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good whatever, sir. Whoever is available, just greet the person out there. Hi, sir. How are you? Just a simple question, just to start the conversation. A smile, how your body language is. Are you using too much of your hands? Hi, sir. How are you? How have you been? It is so good to see you. Don't do that. Too much movement of hands shows that you are very, very nervous. So don't do that. Um, just be appropriate. Just sit with the cross legs, or maybe anything. Just don't sit like you don't care. Ah, sir, batao kya chal raha hai aajkal type. So don't do that. Be very, very smart in your appearance. Give those 5 minutes to the best. Give that first impression to the interviews to the best, so that they understand. They feel happy to communicate with you. They feel happy to speak to you. Don't give them the attitude. When it comes to attitude, yeah, there's a very, very important thing which I have seen in many companies today. When we talk about knowledge, when we talk about skills, and we talk about attitude, a person, now a lot of companies are there who would hire you for attitude, not for your skills. Please understand, they will hire you for your attitude, not for your skills. Skills could be taught, attitude cannot. So attitude is something that you have to come up with yourself. You have to show them that you are open to learn, you are open to meet, you are happy interacting, you are happy meeting. So please make the most use of those first 5 minutes in the meeting room. Right? Yep. So the next part is be prepared. Be absolutely prepared of what you are writing in your resume. I have seen number of cases where there is irrelevant info in the resume. How many of you write your hobbies in your resume? Just write a yes. Type a yes, Farafat, in the chat box. How many of you write your hobbies? Good. Just 3 of you? Praveen, Adarsh, Devansh, Kushal, Yashashvi. None of them write your hobbies other than that? Okay, I have a hand raised. Thank you, Nandini. Nitin Partho, thank you. Yes. Right. So you have number of them who actually write their hobbies. Right? Well, that's not needed. Let me tell you today. Don't write. Don't write your hobbies. The interviewer is not interested in knowing that. Let me tell you. Moreover, the reason of not interested in knowing that, because maximum times you are writing a hobby which is technically not your hobby. You write, what is the hobby that you write? I love reading. I like traveling, listening music. And there are a number of incidences when I have seen this hobby of reading. And if I ask, what is the book that you're reading right now? The candidate is like blank. Because technically he has just written that hobby because it looks nice. It looks good when somebody sees that my hobby is reading. But actually, are you reading something? Actually, do you have a book? Do you have a name of the book? And there are 98% chances that it's just a hobby written there to show on the resume. Don't mention anything. Not needed. A hobby is not needed in the resume. Yes, the interviewer may later ask for his understanding that, do you have a hobby? Then you can mention if you have, and please mention only if you have a hobby. If you do not have a hobby, it's okay to say, sir, I like doing this, I like doing that. Nothing else in terms of hobby. However, sometimes I just like sleeping. I just like gazing the stars. I just like to listening Bollywood music. I just like playing games. It's absolutely okay. But be truthful in what you are saying. Don't bluff. There are many a times when we just copy paste a resume. My friend has made a wonderful resume and I just paste the same resume just with the name change and the address change and papa ka naam change and date of birth change. It's just the basic changes. Otherwise, the entire content is absolutely the same that my friend has made. Both of us have got different skills, darling. Please remember that. The other person have different skill. I have a different skill. If I am copying what he has written, and if the interviewer asks about that, and if you go blank that time, please remember that would be a bad impression. A bad means literally a bad impression. If you are not able to tell them that what is written in the resume. There might be incidences where you and your friend would have done the same project. That's okay. But still, what have you done in the project might be different from what your friend has done. Mention what you have done, not what your friend has done. And if you have not done anything in that project, don't write the project. Because the interviewer will ask you, what is that you have done in this? What is that you have learned? And if you are not able to answer at that time, then that will leave a very negative impression, making the interviewer go absolutely off the beat and not interested in your candidature. So your candidature would stop there and there. Don't do that. Be prepared. Be thoroughly go through your own resume and understand that is there anything that could be asked, cross-questioned. Be prepared with that. And if you're bluffing also, be prepared with the answers. You should know that what could be the type of questions that could come. And if you are smart enough to answer it, then that's okay. But whatever is written in your resume, you should be ready with it. If you're any project, anything that you are writing, have the relevant info and prove that what is written in the resume is exactly what you are doing. So please be prepared. Also, there are a number of common set of questions that during the interviews that happen. Tell me about yourself and why should we hire you? And what do you think about this job? So they're very, very common questions. And what happened is that when we are going for an interview, we know that somehow or the other, these questions might be asked. And then we think, okay, when the interviewer will ask me, I might reply that, I might reply this, I might think about this, I might say this, I might say that. Don't might, please. Be prepared. Write what you want to speak. Write it down. It's absolutely okay. Tell me about yourself. Write 5-6 points, what you want to speak. Or maybe, why should we hire you? Write it down. Why should we hire you? Write write what you are thinking. Put it in words. Put it on a piece of paper. Have a mock session with your friends. Call a friend over a cup of tea. Aao chai pe charcha kare. Meet them. Just interact with them. One can become an interviewer, other can become an interviewee. Both of you can interact. Ask those questions and be prepared, because your confidence will show at the time of interview. If you know what you're supposed to speak, but if you have not practiced that, then you will definitely be like blown out at the time when the interviewer would be asking, because he might put it across in a different way. That time, if you're not prepared with the answer, you know that this question is supposed to come. You know that these are questions that would be there. But if you're not prepared with the answers, then you would fumble there, and then your confidence will shake at that very moment. And the rest of the interview would then would not look that good as it might be. So please be prepared with the basic questions that anybody is asking. Prepare yourself, do mock sessions, stand in front of mirror, answer the questions, answer what could be the possibilities, Google it out, think about it, think aloud, and just be prepared before you are entering that interview room. All right. If anybody has got some question or something, they can raise your hands, or they can just type in the chat box, and we might take some during the session. And in case I'm missing out anything, then we can just take it at the end as well. Oh, there's someone who said, I love singing. Wow, Praveen, I would really love to listen to your songs sometime. Now, the second part, the next part is the introduction to interviewer. This is the most interesting one. Tell me about yourself. How many of you have actually appeared for any of the interviews? Either raise your hands or do a type a yes. Okay, we have few. Rutuja, yes. Jainush, you haven't appeared for some interviews. Mona Lisa Sahu, Praveen, Sai Balaji. Okay, great. I can see a few of them have appeared for the interviews, and I hope Tejas, Nandini, Rutuja, Mona Lisa. Right, great. And I hope this question might have come to few that tell me about yourself, right? And how do we answer that? I'm Meena Goswami. I'm born in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. I have got one mother, one father, two brothers, four sisters, two dogs, four cows, three birds. Somehow this way. Now, this is a question which is, I would say, the most impactful question. And the answer to this, if you put it in the right way, is something that would help you in the entire interview. Half your battle is won if you're putting this answer in the right way. How? Simple. Understand what is the skill that the particular job requires. Understand how you can be of use into those skills, how you are fitting into those skills that this particular job requires, and answer it accordingly. You can say that, hi ma'am, I'm Meenal Goswami, I'm born in Ahmedabad. I am a BSc in mathematics and I've done my master's from here. Other than that, I have done this courses, wherein this course aligns to the skills that you are looking for. Maybe that you can say that I have done some machine building course, and this course is aligned with the skills that you are requiring, because I have learned so and so in this, wherein this could be useful for the type of function that you are looking, and it could be utilized in that way. So you have to speak about in such a way that the skills that actually the organization is looking for gets aligned to what you have in you. What are your skills? You have to match it with the job requirements. Like, take for example, there is something like a blockchain or an automation, and you know that the job requires some knowledge of blockchain. Tell them that I'm so and so, and I've graduated, post-graduated, and I have done a specialized course into blockchain, wherein I have learned so and so, and my skills are ABC, which is in alignment to the type of work that you are looking. And when you do that, you are actually informing the interviewer that you might not ask me this question, but let me tell you what my skills are. And the interviewer would get interested in knowing more about those specific skills, because that is of his interest. That is what he is interested in. That is what he wants to know more about. So you can actually mold the entire conversation, entire interview into the way you want to make it. As soon as you will start talking about your skills and how your skills are aligning with the requirement of the organization for that particular job role, the interviewer automatically will turn his entire conversation towards that particular skill set, discussing about what do you know, what are the things that could be done, what is that you have learned, how you have learned, and everything would start revolving around that. So you can actually lead the entire interview into forming into your way by telling them, then sir, please start asking me questions related to the skills I have. So please use this question very, very, very smartly. If you get this question, then you have hit a jackpot. Remember that. And then you have to take the and lead the entire conversation in a way that the interviewer get interested in what are your skills, how that could be aligned with the job role and the discussions henceforth. So, and stop talking about, if the interviewer actually wants to understand that who all are there in your family, what is that you've been doing. If they have got some specific questions, they will ask you directly that, okay, who all are there in your family? Then you may answer that I have one mother, one father, two brothers, three sisters, four cows, three buffaloes. You can answer everything that time. But before that, just stick to about what is your education, what are the skills, what type of trainings you have taken, what type of projects you have done in the same, and how that is aligned with the job that the company is offering. All right, anything into this? Anjali, I'll take up your question in the next slide. Right, so let's move on to the next part. That is always sound positive. No, we are not asking about your blood groups. Is it a B positive or an O positive? We are sounding about how you are sounding in the interview. There are a number of times when we have freshers coming up for the interview, we usually ask them, okay, which is the subject of your choice, or which is that one subject which you actually did not like, or was it that any professor that you did not like, or any professor that have actually irritated you in your entire education that you've done, or your graduation or your post graduation. And the students, they start coming up with, yes sir, I simply hate that subject, I don't like that subject. And let me tell you, the professor, the professor was absolutely not in sync. He was somebody who always used to snore. He always used to do this. He always used to do that. He used to demotivate me whenever I was submitting any presentation. He always have got some negative remarks on that. Don't do that. Never ever talk anything negative, either about your professor, about your subjects, or in case you have been in any type of project. So maybe the person who's there, who is under whom you have done a project, just don't talk anything negative about them, because this shows again the attitude. The person with whom you have done that particular project might not be the right set of person with you, or might have not been very warm in his approach towards you. But that does not mean that you have to crib about the situation with anybody. Just tell them that if they ask you that what type of if you do not like some subject, just tell them, Lisa, I actually I really loved physics. I had physics, chemistry, and maths, and I really loved physics. And this was something of my passion. However, maths was something which I was not very keen on. But then I was able to push it through because my professors were really great. They helped me out, and they helped me in sailing through the 3 years of my graduation. Or if you have done some project where you find that the manager with whom you've been doing the project was not very helpful, just tell them, sir, but don't come up saying that he was not helpful or something. This is the project that I have done, and we understand that the managers were very occupied because they have their day-to-day functioning, as well as they have also supposed to help us into doing the same project. So, however, they were really helpful, and whatever time they were able to, they helped us in completing our projects. And this is the learning that I have come up with this after completing the project. So never sound negative, because as soon as you sound negative, this shows that you might be somebody who would not be happy with the situations, or might be somebody who have been given an opportunity, however you have not taken up the opportunity very positively with you. So don't do that. Whenever any question is coming, never ever speak anything negative about any of your professors, subject, ex-boss, somebody under whom you have done the project, or colleagues, or friends, or anybody. Always have that smile and that positivity whenever you are answering any of the questions. All right. So let's move on to the next question, next part now. Okay. Handling of uncomfortable questions. I think Anjita should be able to answer you in this. There are a number of times when there are very, very uncomfortable questions that are coming in while at the time of interviews, that it could be related to your race, religion, marital status, about gender, or about your how would you be taking ahead is your marriage, or maybe children, or anything. Just don't get uncomfortable there. Handle it very positive. Tell them, sir, firstly, though, I am not sure how is it related to the type of profile that we are discussing. And for females, it often comes that what are your plans for marriage, or what are your plans for children? You can that time very softly answer them. It is right now not on the cards, but then let me tell you, I am a very dedicated person, and I am really, really looking forward for this job. I am very positive for my career, and I'm so passionate that I don't think I can give it up for anything. So yes, definitely that it would come on cards, and whenever it is on the cards, I will be going ahead with that. But as of now, there are no plans. However, I have got no intention to leave my work for anything that is coming to me in future. And let's see what future has it in for us. So just give that positivity when you are handling those uncomfortable questions. Also, whether it is, just tell them, or tell them, sir, I don't find the relevance of this question related to the skills that we are talking about. Just tell them very calmly with a smile on your face. Just tell them, sir, I'm sorry, I do not understand the relevance, but yes. Let me tell you about myself, that I am a person who's very passionate about my career and would really like to look forward in working in an environment where it gives me an equal opportunity, and I would really like myself to grow and see how the things are moving in for me and what the future is holding me right now in the organization. So just try and handle those uncomfortable questions a little comfortably, because this is just a way of understanding that tomorrow when there is something negative that is coming to you, how you people are reacting out of the situations. Are you able to do that um, with a smile, or you just get uncomfortable and don't know how to take it forward from there? All right. Right. So, Praveen, yes, weakness when it comes to it's again a very, very tricky question. So don't tell me, sir, my weakness is eating chocolates. Don't come up with that. Weakness is, yes, you have to be very tactical when you are answering such questions. And this is again a very uncomfortable question. My weakness is, sir, that I am too meticulous in my work. So when it comes to that, I anything that is coming to me, I start writing it down, and I make sure that I am putting it all the points in place. Sometimes it happens is the reason why is it a weakness, because sometimes work can be done in a more practical way rather than going through the entire methodology. But I'm a person who's too much methodology driven, and hence takes a lot more time in completing that specific part. But I'm sure that under your leadership, I'll be able to work on this weakness of mine and then come up with a more practical approach towards the situation. So this way you can answer when it comes to the weakness, or that what is your weaknesses in the organization. So I hope I am able to answer that for you, Praveen. कुशल अगर मेंबर अगर बिजनेस में इन्वॉल्व है तो हाँ है, that's okay. Tell them, yeah, my family is into business. However, my intention are not to join my family business anytime near future, because I'm a person who is more inclined towards how the corporate world is moving and how to go about it. And family business is something which has been taken care by my fathers or my brothers or whatever it is. However, I do not have any intention to move into the family business because I know that what is the scope there and how the things are moving out there. I am somebody who's more inclined towards working in a more corporate culture. And that way you can answer this. So Mike, you have a question, how to reply to question when the interviewer is asked about why student failed in the subject, of course. Failed is failed. That's absolutely no, why do you want to even bluff about it? It's okay. So yeah, there were some circumstances because I was not able to perform well because probably I was not able to put my efforts in the right direction that time, which I later understood. And as I understood, I worked on my weaknesses, and then this is the way I was next time able to go through that. It's okay to accept. It's absolutely okay to accept that if there is something that has not been done, it's absolutely okay to accept. All right, so we move on to the next question, next part. Next is clarifying doubts. Now, there are a number of times, again, this is a very interesting question and comes number of times. The interviewer asks you, do you want to know anything? Do you have any questions? Number of times they come up with, do you have any questions? And what do we say? No, sir. Right? Can I see some hands up for that? This is how we react to, do you have any questions for us? No, no, sir. Very good, Vaishnavi. Thank you, Anupam. Thank you. Thank you, Pawan, because these are the people who are like, they are true to what they say. And no, sir, no questions. Now, again, this is a very good opportunity, okay? Don't tell that there are no questions. Come prepared. This is very, very important that you come prepared for this. How? Tell them that, so how many of you have actually, whenever before going for an interview, have gone through the website of the company, not for the address, but to actually understand that what the company is actually doing? How many of you? Any hands raised? Anupam, good. Just one person who's gone through the website? Okay, Mona Lisa, good. Good. But for what? Not for the address. We've gone to understand that what the company is actually doing. Good. We have 5-6 hands. Appreciate. Aparupa, good. Vaishnavi, great. So when you go to the website of an organization, try and understand that what exactly the company is doing. And when the questions comes up that, do you have any question? Anupam, you can just put your hand down. Your hands will start paining. So if the interviewer asks you that, do you have any question? Think about some smart questions and please ask questions. This shows your interest in the particular job role. It really shows how much you are interested for that particular job role. Go through the website, see that, okay, now the company is doing so and so. Ask them, okay, so these are the projects that I have seen on the website. So just wanted to understand what are the future plans of the future growth and how I would be able to help in this growth of the organization. Absolutely okay to ask. Ask them, okay, sir, for this particular job role, can I just understand that what type of skills are we exactly looking for? And when the interviewer will answer you, you will be able to understand whether the entire interview process that has happened till now, whether you have been able to fit into the role or not. So have those smart questions ready with you. Ask them. Don't ask them, sir, how many holidays of Diwali do you have? Sir, how many leaves the company gave? Sir, what is the date of salary in the organization? Don't ask such questions. Please don't ask such questions. These are irrelevant questions. The interviewer would not, if I am the interviewer, I would not even answer your questions. So don't ask such questions. Ask smart questions. Ask them, okay, sir, what are the type of projects that you think the company would be doing, and how my skills could be aligned with this? Or, sir, what is the right set of skills that you're looking for in the candidate for this particular job role? Just ask those questions. Just ask those questions to them, so that they come up when they will start telling, okay, for this particular job role, we are looking at somebody with so and so experience. You will be able to understand if those skills that the interviewer is talking about is aligned to whatever you have said till now. And if it is not, then you will get an opportunity to speak about it at that very moment. So take for example, the interviewer says that this is X skills that we are looking at for this job. And then you understand, okay, I have this skill, but I have not been able to speak about it during the entire interview. Just come up with that. Oh, so that's really great to know, because I have done this project, or I have learned so and so, or I have done a short-term course into this, wherein I have learned this. And that the interviewer would be able to will understand, okay, now this is something which is he had missed asking, or they asked some other questions, and this was something that has been missed. And then the conversation could restart, or you can build up your candidature over there, or add to your skills over there, where the interviewer would again start getting interested into such questions with you. So clarifying the doubts is about, till you have any doubts, you want to ask something, please ask, and do not ask about Diwali holidays and Christmas holidays and New Year holidays and salary dates and everything. Don't ask that. This is everything to be done later. Once the company sends you an offer, speak about that at that time, not during this time. All right. Okay, like I can speak Japanese. Will there be some questions about it? Darling, I'll not be able to ask you any questions because I don't speak Japanese. Situational question as in what? If you can elaborate, Shrija, that would be really great. Right? So next, the closing pitch. Again, very, very, very important. You have come up with the entire process. And now the last question that the interviewer asks us, do you have any questions? And you have asked the questions. And it is a thank you from them where they said, hey, okay, it was, thank you so much. And we will come back to you. You should thank them. Just thank them. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me the opportunity and your time. And I am really looking forward for adding value and working with you and learning in this entire process. I really would like to be a part of growth story of this organization. Always have that closing pitch. Always, when you are moving out of that room, just don't say thank you. You khade away and then you're just out of the room. Don't do that. Give a closing pitch. Thank individually. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your time. And it was really great interacting with you. The type of job that you have informed me right now, I am somehow very, very interested in this. And I'm really looking forward to work with you in this and learn and grow within the organization. So have that closing pitch with you ready. Just don't say thank you, stood up out of the room. No, no, no. Never, never do that. And then once you are out of the room, very important, do a self-assessment and learning. Think about it. What went wrong? What went wrong in the entire interview? There might be some questions which you would not be able to answer, which you have not been able to answer or not able to speak to them, or there are cases where you know the answer, but then you are not able to speak at that very moment. And if there is something, if there is some, because of some confidence levels, or because of some practice, or because of some lack of knowledge, or because of some bluffing in the resume, then just be ready to edit, assess, learn, and again, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for the next interview. Just do a self-assessment, understand what went wrong, what could have been the right way of approach, or was it the approach that went wrong, or was it the subject knowledge that went wrong, or is it the attitude that went wrong? Because as soon as you'll be the closing pitch, you will be able to understand from the gestures of the interviewee that how positive they are for your interview. You will be able to understand with their body language, or the way they'll be talking to you, or they'll be talking about the salary, or maybe talking about the discussions, or maybe they will be informing about the company policies beforehand. So when these things comes on the table, then you should be happy because the company is somehow positive about you. But if that has not come across the table, then there are very high chances that the candidature is not getting selected. Then do a self assessment and understand what went wrong, where it went wrong, what could be done, so that the next time when you are meeting somebody, it is on a very positive note. Yeah, Anupam, so this question is that can we ask them what mistake we have made during the interview? Let me tell you very clearly, not much of them will answer about it. This is a question that has come with a few interviews. However, sometimes we answer it, sometimes we just don't, because that time it could be a possibility that we are not sure if we are hiring you or not, because we are waiting if there is some good candidate that is coming inside to meet us. And then probably we might hire him, or if we find that relatively you were better, then we might hire you. So mistakes, and secondly, even if you think of asking this question, never ask mistakes. Always ask, sir, is there any area of improvement that you would suggest for us, for me, so that next time I am a better candidate, or I am a better candidate? Is there any area of improvement that you want to speak about? So always never talk about mistakes with anybody. This one thing, everybody, please remember, there are no mistakes. There are always areas of improvement. So never talk about your mistakes. It's always ask also about what is the areas of improvement. Right? So we have, finally, please remember that failure is a part of journey to success. It is okay if you are not able to crack that interview. That is not the end of the world. There would be another interview waiting for you, for the right opportunity for you to take up that part and move ahead in your future. So please don't be disheartened if you are not able to get through that particular job interview. There might be something good waiting for you for the future. So just remember, failure is just a part of the journey to success. And a job interview, what we always talk about, is not a test of your knowledge, but your ability to use it at the right time. And the right time, how to use it, is by practice, is by being prepared, is by asking the smart questions, is by answering the right answer, the right set of questions, and a good pitch and a good attitude that is being remembered by the interviewer in the entire time that is being given to you. All right, guys, thank you so much. And any questions, if you have, you can just put it across so that we can take it ahead. Salary related questions is what? What is your expected salary? If you are a fresher, the best way of approaching this question is, sir, right now I am somebody who is open to learn and who's looking forward for experience and not salary. Please understand, every organization have got their bracket, the salary brackets. So all these salary brackets which are there, you would be given a salary as for the salary bracket only. So if you demand anything, that would not be given to you. If you under demand, that also would not be given to you, because the other freshers are on a different level. So whatever is the salary bracket would be given to you. So don't worry on that part. But then if you say that my expectations are this much, then again the question is, what are your skills and why are you asking for so much of salary? So just leave it open to them, because they will come up with questions which will be, they would come up with a bracket which is actually fitting into their entire hierarchy. They will know how to place you there, and Just answer them very smartly, saying, sir, right now I'm looking out for something for me to learn rather than earn. All right. Yep, Vishal, thank you. Non-verbal communication, Mayank, as I've told you, is the attitude that we talk about, how you are presenting yourself with a smile, with the eye contacts, not much of the hand gestures. So this way is how you communicate, is a non-verbal communication that we talk about during the interviews. Should not we ask for salary, Chandrika? It is like not to ask for is, are they asking you what is your salary expectations? Then you are supposed to put it across. But please understand, for everybody, please, there are the number of participants in this room. Please understand one thing which is very, very, very important is for you to start a career, learning is very, very important. Please start learning. Salary will come. पैसा कहीं नहीं जाने वाला है. What you are there, what you deserve, the money is going to come to you. But for you to start your career is important. For you to learn is very, very important. So start learning. Start learning about it. Start learning. Start working into organizations. Get your learning curve ready. If you have a good learning curve, you will have a good earning curve. But first learn and then earn. Any other questions? How to connect with HR or talent acquisition through LinkedIn? Search. Put talent acquisition over there on the search bracket. You will go the skills of talent acquisition. Send them a connect request. Write a decent message. If you're not writing a decent message, also send a connect request. The people who are looking out for candidates, they will connect with you. So right now, there are a number of companies who hire through LinkedIn. And if they are hiring freshers, LinkedIn is a very good source. So if you're sending them requests where you can see that we are hiring is one of the things that come up with, or if they are not even hiring or they're not putting that status also, talent acquisition, anybody who's there, just connect with them so that next time, even if they have got a vacancy in the organization and they're posting it on LinkedIn, you'll be able to see because you are connected to that person, or at least follow. So now LinkedIn have got two options. One is follow and one is connect. So at least start following the person. So whenever they are posting some job vacancy on LinkedIn, you are actually able to understand that and then you can easily apply. Right? Any question? Yep. You're welcome, Balraj. Balluru. Sai Balaji. Okay, Balaji. Thank you. Thank you, Chandrika. I'm happy that the session added value to you. Yeah, over to you, Shri.
I would request all of the students who are present on this session to take use of this opportunity, because it's very difficult to get an expert like Meenal to take a session. There are, I don't know when would be the other chance when she's back over here and the same set of students are present. So this is once in a time opportunity. So I would request not to miss. I wish that when I was starting out my career and when I wanted this guidance, there was someone just like Meenal who could, guide us through. So I would request all of you to make use of these opportunities. If you have any questions, or some of you have already volunteered and asked questions. If you have any questions, you can do that. She has done more than 1,000 interviews, so that speaks for herself, right? So I would request take some time, maybe 2 minutes more, so that you can jot down your question. You can ask her, and she'll let her know her answers to that, right? So I think we can wait for some more questions. And if you do not have,
and yeah, I just want to add one more thing. Please don't think that how can I ask such a small question or such a stupid questions. Please don't think that, because right now, if there is a question in your mind, believe me, the same question would be in the mind of 10 other friends of yours. So if you have a question, just put it there. If you want, I'll not take the name of who has sent me the question. I'll just directly take the question and try and answer it out. So rather than talking about that, who has asked this question, I'll just take the question and answer it out. So you can even do that.
So, Meenal, I had a question. This is for the freshers, not for me. So,
Okay.
when I was starting out and I had to fill in my resume, I used to always find it difficult to write about my experience because I was not experienced. So, what can freshers write in their resume that stands out?
Okay, so it is very important about the type of, if you have done any projects, the first thing is what are your educational qualifications? And if during your entire education qualification, during the time of your interview, you have done any projects or you have worked or any as you have got number of sessions that come up, or you have attended some sessions, or you have attended some short-term courses, mention about it. Mention about the projects that if you have done any, mention about anything. You've been a part of any committee, or you have been a part of any number of things that are being performed in the university or anything. Just you're part of any core committee, you're part of maybe a student union or whatever it is. Just mention it in your resume. This just make your resume stand apart from the other fresher who's applied. That one part will help you to help you stand apart from the other resume, which will just have a simple education qualifications mentioned over there. So anything, any small thing that you have done, mention it across. How to write about the events that you have participated or the competitions you have won in the resume? You can write about the competitions that you have won, that I've been I have won so and so competition. It is probably anything that is related to your experience in the in your college, what you have done. Write it down. Competitions. You can just write down in skills. You can mention it there that I've this is that what I have won in the during my college timings. Online internships at IBM or any other organizations holds the work experience. Yes, it does. It does hold the work experience. It's not the work experience. These are the internships from IBM. These are internships. So what you have learned is of importance. Internship does not mean that it's an attendance for you. Internship means what is the learning out of that internship from you. If you have learned during that internship, and if you are able to present it at the time of the interview, it will add value. 110% it would add value, because that is the learning. And again, when we go back to what I have been talking about during the entire last almost an hour, is how you can actually lead the entire interview and tell them about the skills that you have and the learning that you have for that particular role. So that definitely adds value. Percentage we score? No, that's not needed. That's not needed to write the percentage that you have scored during the educational qualification. Just mention what it is there. If the interviewer asks, because still there are companies, traditional companies, who would ask you about the percentage. But at least if you're not writing the percentage, please remember your percentages, because we have incidences when we ask the students, okay, what was the percentage in your maybe your higher secondary or maybe your graduation? They don't even remember the percentages. So please don't do that. At least remember the percentage, not needed to put it in your resume. Sure, Jayanshu, you can connect with Shri for that. No, Adarsh, it does not affect that if you have not joined any club or committee or anything. And it is not only club or committee. It is like anything that you have done during, that we talk about is a co-curricular activity during your entire time. And not only co-curricular activity, probably you would have done a course in MS Excel, just as an example, where you know how to do a VLOOK, or maybe you know how to put that formulas in place in an Excel, or you're very good hands-on experience on that. Mention that. Or maybe you've done a 5 days course on something. Mention that it is a 5 day skill enhancement course. Anything that you have done, anything that adds value, that is over and above what you have done, always adds value. You people are doing a skill development program with IBM. Mention that, because what is the learning out of it is something which is of very much importance. National service scheme. Yeah. You can mention any achievement, any scheme, any that you've been doing in your college? Volunteering internship? Should it be involved on LinkedIn in work experience section or volunteering section? Volunteering section. If it's in volunteering thing that you've done, mention in the volunteering section. Second year BTech, and due to accent, I have taken readmission the next year batch when I was in my first year. So if they ask me about how will I answer, but without sounding negative, my roll number is this, why my batch is this. So they'll definitely, yes, tell them that due to unforeseen circumstances, you were not able to, you have to drop out because you had met with an accident. And if need be, believe me, carry your medical with you. Carry your medical certificate, tell them, so this is it. This was the medical emergency because of which I have to drop out. This was a major accident and I have to take a readmission out of it. And I have a certificate for, I have my medical as well submitted for that. You can check that, sir. And that was the reason I was not able to continue. And believe me, interviewers, they understand. They understand, the companies, they understand that there are some unforeseen circumstances and you have to reappear. It's absolutely okay. Until you have the right attitude. If we have backlog or weak subject, how to answer the question in a proper way to the interviewer? Oh, you have a backlog, weak subject, tell them, sir, yes, this is one area of improvement where I understand that I have not been doing well and I've been working on it. However, if you see the other subjects that I've been working, I've been really doing good, but I'm just trying to overcome this this particular subject because this was not of much understanding for me. And because of which I'm getting a backlog on this. But yes, I've been really trying my best to work on this and clear it out as soon as possible. Whereas if you check my other subjects which are there, you can see that I've been relatively good in that. It is just this one subject that I've not been able to put it across. And yeah, I absolutely agree that this has been my weakness and I have been trying to work on this, but I think I still have got a little time to go on this. If we have any coordinator in college council, will it come under experience volunteering? It's so coordination. Anything that you are putting in college is not your experience, guys. Anything which is there in your during your college hour, college time is not your experience. It is your skill. It is your extracurricular activity, volunteering work. Anything which is there, it is not your experience. Don't put anything in the experience section there. This is not your experience. This is just the during the college. This is the extracurricular activities that you have done or you have been involved in. Hiten, it is preferable if you carry multiple copies of resumes. It is always good if you hand it over to everybody who's there in the interview panel. Otherwise, what happens is we usually have one copy and then I ask question and then I have to pass it to the another one and to the another one and to the another one. But if you're carrying multiple copies, you can just give it to everybody. That's absolutely good. Looks good also for us. For us, it becomes easy. And if the interviewer would not need another copy, they will tell them by themselves. You know, it's fine. We have one copy and that is enough. Those are skills. Internship certificates are skills. Achievement is, I have achieved something. I have achieved this in my job. I have worked in blockchain and I have achieved, I have done this achievement wherein I was being given a certificate from my employer on something specific that I have done. That's an achievement. Others are skills. Kushal, again, don't show your hobbies or anything into the resume. Please understand, a resume is something that is it the right platform or the right time? For example, if you have a singing competition, would you go there and ask or tell them that I am a BSc in mathematics and this is I have done an internship with IBM or I have done an online course on blockchain? Will you to say that? No, because that is not the right platform. A singing competition is not the right platform. Same way, an interview is not the right platform to put across your passion or mention that in your resume. What you can do is when the interviewer asks you, okay, what are your hobbies? Or is there any specific thing? Or tell me more about yourself. What do you think? Is there any passion that you pursue? Then you can tell them that I'm very passionate about singing and this is something I've been doing. And yeah, I just remembered one more thing. So I have a company wherein in the interview form, they ask you about do you have any passion or do you have any hobbies? There you can mention, but not just don't put it in the resume part. Other internships we have done, it will also involve in volunteer. It's not so internship is not volunteer. So guys, again, please understand these are different things. Skill is different. Internship is different. Volunteering is different. Don't mix all the three. Experience is different. Don't mention internship, volunteering. Volunteering is I have volunteered to be a part of an NGO wherein I am going from one village to another, gathering about the number of people who are literate in the in a particular village. That's my voluntary activity that I'm doing. I'm a volunteer into that. Internship is what I'm doing right now with my IBM. That's my internship I'm doing, or whatever I'm learning. That's an internship. Experience is I have worked in an organization for 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, 2 year. That is the experience I have taken out from that organization. So these things, everything is different. Mangesh, it's been long back. Let me tell you the challenges I am giving to the candidates, not about the challenges I have faced. Well, this is on a lighter note, but then whatever the perspectives that I have put across today, few of them were something that I have faced at the time of the interview. And yes, being a female, with the most annoying question that what are your plans for marriage? And then it's like, boss, not right. Challenges you when during interview. Yeah, I think I've answered all. Mm. Yeah, I think I've answered almost all the questions. There's some I can see are a little duplicate, which I've also already answered. If there is anything else that people can have, please put it immediately in the chat box because I think I am done with all the questions. Yep. Over to you, Shri.
All right, thank you so much, Meenal. I think I summed up the whole session in some few words that comes to my mind: candid, honest, and quirky. So that was the kind of session that we had with you. Thank you for sharing so many
Thank
tips
you.
and tricks, the do's and don'ts, and actually the practical knowledge that the students would require, right? Because most of them read articles or they would see some presentations, but then they hear from the people who actually conduct interviews, who have that experience of the candidature and how they reply to certain questions, how certain questions should be answered and how certain questions should not be answered, are something that only an expert can speak. So I think we are privileged, we are honored that you were part of this session, and all the students, 150 of them who were present over here, and also students who attended this session on YouTube Live, have also got the opportunity to understand a little more better, and they are prepared, when they face an interview. So thank you so much. Thank you so much from the whole IBM Skills Build team for saying yes to this session and conducting it in such a light-hearted manner. Thank you, Meenal. Thank you for your time. And I think the students have already might have thanked you on personal messages as well.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm getting a lot of messages. Thank you, guys, and I'm really happy that the session have added value to you today. And yeah, and thank you, Shri, for giving me this opportunity to interact with all the students over here. And thank you.
All right. Okay. So all of the students, I hope you've taken this chance and learned from whatever Meenal has shared in the 1.5 hour with you guys. What's important is to take it in and practice the same, right? Not just leave all the learnings that you have had today, but to inculcate those learnings throughout, so that whenever you face interview, you are prepared for the same. Thank you so much, guys. Please remember, you have learning plans. Please follow them. You have assignments to submit. Tomorrow is the deadline. So please make sure that all of the work is done and you're submitting it on time. I would request Meera to please share the links for attendance and the learning plan. Yes, thank you so much, Meera. Uh, so please do have your attendance marked and access the learning plan. All right, thank you so much, guys. If you've already uh, you know uh, put in your attendance, then you can start leaving the session.
Thank you, Shri. I'll just
Yes, yes.
you can please continue with your students. And yeah, guys, thank you once again. And if you have any other queries or something, you can, I think they can come back to you, Shri, with that.
Yeah, sure. They can post it on our WhatsApp group that we have.
Yeah, please. So if anybody has got any further queries or want to understand anything further, they can just connect with Shri, and then probably we can connect and speak to you again on this. And thank you so much. Thank you once again, and bye-bye, and all the best, guys. May you rock and can see the future today in all of you. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Meenal, once again. Others, if you've submitted the assignments, you will get an internship certificate once we go through that. So tomorrow's the deadline. So after that, you will be getting a certificate. Please remember that if you want to get a certificate, you need to finish the assignments, the learning plans, and also mark your attendance to all the master classes that we have conducted. So if you guys have already done that, then you can leave the session, but it's important to mark your attendance. If you're getting problems in data visualization assignment, I think Dhaval sir has already shared a lot of links and his YouTube channel as well, where you can go back. We also have the recordings of these master classes. So if you see those sessions, go back, go to the YouTube live, which is already present on CSR Box YouTube channel, and then solve your queries. Sorry, Harshita, we will not be able to extend the deadline as of now for the submission of assignments.